dun, 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 dun. All right, here it is. This is number 11. This is the final entry in this series that from the first video, some people have hated, and yet they continued to watch the videos and tell me how vain I was, how boring I was, how pointless these videos were, and how they weren't challenging. What's funny is I filmed these all over the course of about 45 minutes the same night. And so obviously I'm predicting the future because I don't even know when this video is airing, but it's not airing any near the day that I actually shot it. They're all shot at once. Okay, so I know that people have been saying that about these videos, but these aren't for everybody. They're for some of you. They're for me. Number 11 is a word that we're not so familiar with to really understand what it means, but that's hedonistic. What makes a guy cool? That he's hedonistic, which, Google that, synonym, self-indulgent. And here's where it really gets challenging. To be an entertainer, as I am, by default, I have to be self-indulgent. In theory, I have to be comfortable with knowing that I'm selling my personality. My personality is a commodity, and I know that as a YouTuber. You know, do we want to start saying that all YouTubers are vain, that it takes a vain personality to be a YouTuber, to be a good one? If we want to say that, we could say the same thing about musicians, about actors, about politicians. There's just certain personalities that are more packageable, sellable, like mine. And I know that, so I make money from that on the side, right? That's so self-indulgent. And it's funny because certain people, they think that I'm obsessed with hair loss, and that's why I make all these videos. And then when I tell them the truth, and really, I like helping people, but I'm doing this for the money. Like, I made $216 last month from this channel alone, and that's not even counting what I made from the Amazon links and the other YouTube channel I've got and my blog. So I've got all these things making money, but it's like people get offended when they realize that I'm making money from the ads that show before the videos, which I don't even know what those ads are for. I don't watch them. I don't even know. And it's funny because when people say that I'm a hair loss sellout when I'm talking about a product, well, what's funny about that is, am I endorsing every product or service that shows before each video? I have no idea what they're even, but in theory, I guess I'm helping sell it, right? Whatever it is, because I'm getting a cut of that money. Self-indulgent. Am I self-indulgent? The answer is yes. But here's the thing. The answer is so are you, and so is everybody. And I think it goes back to the irony of the hair loss haters out there who complain that I make all these videos about hair loss and that I'm obsessed. But what's funny is they're the ones watching the videos. They're the ones commenting on the videos. They're the ones becoming emotionally changed, often in a negative way, and or outraged by my videos. So who's really being self-indulgent here? The person who continues to watch these videos of someone they perceive as a self-indulgent person, or the person who truly is so obsessed and insecure with hair loss that they keep watching these videos that they hate, hoping that secretly one day I'll say, oh, you wanted the instant cure for hair loss? Oh, well, you should have told me. Everybody knows it's... Because if that existed, this channel wouldn't exist. People wouldn't watch me because the search would be over. We'd all know how to stop hair loss, how to regrow hair if it existed, right? I'm comfortable with the fact that I am self-indulgent because I understand human beings. We're all self-indulgent. All of us. We're all self-centered. And otherwise, the whole concept of even the religion of Christianity, when you look at the most important commandments, love God with all your heart, love your neighbor as yourself. Why would that have to be a commandment if we already loved our neighbors as ourselves? Why? Because it's so easy. It's the default that we love ourselves more than anybody else. Loving another person is very hard to do. And I believe, what's the meaning of life? Other people. Loving other people, because it's not easy to love other people. It's easy to receive love, but it's not easy to be patient and accept people as they grow where they are in life, and to love them as they are, and to encourage them and nurture that relationship as they are. To love another person is not an easy thing because we're so self-indulgent. We're too busy loving ourselves. And by loving ourselves, that also means being self-centered as letting things bother us, like hair loss. Spending so much time thinking about it and worrying about it instead of actually doing something about it, which is to find whatever your way to deal with your hair loss and to move on with your life. What are the ways? You can follow the Nick Shell way and just wait till you lose enough hair, shave it all off. Work out if you need to. On top of that, go get that darn hair transplant that you want so much. Start taking Propecia. Get the tattoo pigment thing. Buy a toupee. Just wear hats all the time. I don't care what you do. As long as you find your own truth, it's going to enable you to stop being so focused on yourself. I just think it's so funny when people say in the comments that I'm vain, that I'm self-centered. My response is, of course I am. Because you are too, because we all are. And anyone who's not willing to recognize that is living in a grand illusion. Anyone who doesn't realize that probably is dealing with self-indulgent more than I am, because at least I recognize that we're all this way. Someone who's in denial about that actually sounds more self-indulgent than anything. But hey, this is the end of it. This is the final entry in my 11-part series. So for all the people who have continued to watch these and complain the whole time, guess what? You don't get to do that anymore. This is the end. They're all done now. But hey, for all of those who stuck with me and have watched all these and have actually got something from them, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the comments you've left all the way on all the other 10 videos before this. It's important that I challenge myself. And I know that these videos can't be for everybody. They can only, at best, maybe be good for something like a third of you. Okay? But I think by me challenging myself, I can help challenge you and help us really sort out how much does hair loss really matter when we compare it to these other 11 things that I've been talking about in these series. It'd be nice to have a perfect head of hair and know that you could keep it for your whole life. But what good is a guy with a perfect head of hair who's not friendly, who's not competent, who's not trendy, who's not desirable, who's not attractive, who's not unconventional, who's not pro-social, which means he helps others, who's not humorous, who's not confident, who's not emotionally controlled, and who's not self-indulgent? Because in the end, we actually are attracted to people who maybe come across as a little self-indulgent, because at least that's some form of confidence. People on my other channel, Family Friendly Daddy Blog, have thrown rotten tomatoes at me by saying that I should care more about what other people think about me. Like peer pressure. I should worry more about peer pressure. What do people think about? What do they think about? Are they going to like me? They think that it's selfish that I don't worry more about what other people think about me. And I think that's really funny, because that seems to really defeat the purpose. I think in reality, we're all attracted to people who are so confident in themselves that maybe they are self-indulgent. But that's the thing. And even this week, someone had said, they left a comment on one of my videos and they said, vanity. I made a video talking about, do I have a baby bald spot? And someone just said, vanity. And my response was, I didn't deny it, I admitted it. I was like, of course. Vanity attracts people, because all people are vain. And to hear someone openly talk about the thing that they're insecure about themselves, it forms a connection. We have to say goodbye now. This series is over. Thank you for being here. And just to put it in one final perspective, what good is hair loss if you don't have these other 11 things? Thanks for joining me.